Hello, my name is Christopher Masterson from TCD-ComputerGraphics. My student number is 183286555, and today I'll be demonstrating the midterm assignment. So, for the model, I created a penguin. What I did was I created the single model here, and then I split it into two, the body and the wings, which will be animated separately through the hierarchy. As for the view, it is perspective, though if you press O, you can shift to orthogonal or orthographic. I can't remember, sorry. And you can go back to perspective by pressing B. For the purposes of demonstration, we'll be sticking with perspective. For the camera, it is all keyboard. By pressing W, you can go forward. S, you can go back. A to go left. D to go right. T allows you to go up and also allows you to rotate to look at whatever you're looking at. G is the other way. And H and F rotates like this. You can combine these to move around the scene, like so. And that is the camera movement. As for the hierarchy, the plane is a separate model, which is completely separate to all this. I have made an empty model, which is somewhere here at the front penguin. And what that does is that is the parent of all 6 of the bodies of penguins. And each one of those penguin bodies has a child with its corresponding wings. This allows me to move the holder object, like so, up, left, right, up, and down, and I can rotate it without the rotation affecting the animation. And you can rotate by pressing R, and you can change the scale by pressing M. You can go up and down with I and K, and right with L and left with J. And you can select what axis you rotate and scale at by pressing the corresponding key for X, Y, and Z. You can press all of them if you want, but you can just press M or R to do the same thing. And you can press minus to toggle which direction. So there's that. Press I or minus and do that. This allows, again, I think have I mentioned this? I can't remember, sorry. This allows for the rotation of objects to not affect the animation of these models. And the penguin just bobs up and down at a constant speed, and the wings go up and down depending on which way the penguin's bobbing up and down. And if it's pushing down the wings, it'll go a little bit faster because you want to push when you're swimming. And I think that's it. So to end this off, I'll just briefly show you the code, which will be submitted in a zip file along with the link for this video. I use objects for loading in the mesh, so I just moved the mesh, the generate object buffer mesh into a different class, a different object, and that also loads the mesh. So that loads the mesh, and it also stores the VAO, which is switch between. Some of this is basic. This is just the transform. This is just where you get the models. This is just some stuff to be used. These are the classes or objects. Sorry. None of this has changed. The only thing I want to really go over is the display function, which this switches between respective orthographic. This sets the view. This is the plane. This is the empty holder, and this is what's this and these translation, rotation, and the object scale is what's changed through all this stuff. And then I created these, and through a for loop, I load in each penguin model, and I make that model a child of the holder, and each one of those bodies has an arm child, and those are the wings. And just to briefly go over the rest of the code, this just that's move, rotate, and for the camera, this moves the empty object. This is the animation, which is just bobbing up and down. If it reaches a certain angle, stop and change this bool, which is the state of the animation, because you're going up or down. That also affects the wings. This is where they are called in the update scene, and in the init, and there's a shader, and this is a separate for calls for the objects, and that's where you get access to the VAOs and meshes. And before I end this off, just to mention that because this is GLM, it's translate, rotate, and scale, and not the other way around. And thank you for your time.